from Maryland's Cafe Society, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the show. And we'll see if we can pick up where we left off. All right. It's that time. Time for another edition of the show. Welcome, everyone. Of course, today is Tuesday. It's June 22nd, 2021. And how are you doing? How was your weekend? Juneteenth weekend, Father's Day weekend, all of that good stuff. And for those who missed it, I just want to say that I hope you had a very happy Father's Day. I did send out Father's Day greetings via the show on Saturday as well as over the weekend on social media. So, again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. It was a quiet day for me, and that's all right. That's all right. I am all good. But I tell you, we did get some bad weather Sunday night into early Monday morning here in the Midwest. You've heard about it, right? We got hit with the tornado. Not too far from me, actually, in the Naperville, Woodridge, Downers Grove, and Darien area. And there was a tornado spotted in Plainfield, but I guess it didn't land. But it didn't touch down. But it was very close to the ground. And thank goodness there was no loss of life, although there were, I believe, 6 to 8 people who were hurt. 6 to 8 people who were hurt, but um, no fatalities. So, I was on telephone and, it started kind of cutting up over here, although our tornado sirens never um, started, but just a severe thunderstorm hit my area. But there was no damage in this area. And me, I got off that phone once the lightning started. I don't do lightning and storms, but anyway, we're still out here to talk about it, and so that's a good thing. Um, yeah, so Tuesday, June 22nd, 2021. This story caught my attention over the weekend, and so I made it part of Cafe Talk. It's, would you sign the petitions that are out here wanting to stop Jeff Bezos from returning to Earth once he takes that historic flight into space? Yeah, yeah. That's my Cafe Talk, and I'll share a little bit more about that story after we take a look at these coronavirus updates from John Hopkins. Right now, the report is there's less than 178.8 million COVID-19 cases globally. In terms of deaths, that number has hit approximately 3,875,176 um, deaths. There's now 33,555,657 confirmed cases here in the United States. And, over the weekend, we surpassed the 600,000 mark in deaths. Approximately, there's now 602,143 deaths. And according to the CDC, I thought this was interesting and worth noting. Um, in the year 2020, here in the United States, the COVID-19 was the third leading cause of death behind heart disease and cancer. And as of today, the data suggests that the number of COVID deaths now falls behind the number of people who die from strokes and even accidents. And so that's a good thing. I think I read that the number is now, what about 300 cases here in Illinois? Let me see real quick. I got numbers floating all around in my head. I just want to make sure I tell you the right thing. I just looked at it earlier. Huh. And of course, it's not here anymore. Well, it's here. I just can't put my hands on it. Give me a second. Oh my goodness. Here it is. Um, 300 a day here in the United States. The COVID-19 deaths have fallen to less than 300 a day. So that's a lot. Okay, therefore, cases. I'm sorry. Hang on. Hang on, guys. I want to get this right. Deaths. Yes. I just wanted to make sure I got the information right. Don't want to give you wrong information. And so there you have it. Things are on the mend. Some say it's because of the vaccinations that people are getting vaccinated, especially now that 45% of the United States population is now fully vaccinated. 53% have received at least one dose of a vaccination. And so um, many of the medical experts are saying that is why things are getting better. Some are saying it's because of the vaccinations as well as the um, herd im- um, immunity process. And so um, we'll just wait and see. And then there are those who are saying, by fall, we're going to see another uptick. So I don't know what to think anymore, but all I want to do is just encourage you all to stay safe. Continue, in my opinion, I'm no medical expert, but I just say continue to wear your mask, particularly if you have not been vaccinated or if you have not had it at all, and social distance and all of that when you're out in public places, right? All right. And so, back to Jeff Bezos. So here's that story. There's a petition. There's about 41,000 people who have signed between two petitions that are calling on, I guess, the government to not let Jeff Bezos back into planet Earth. The world government. I don't know who is going to make this call, but they don't want him coming back once he goes up in space. Now, he made the announcement on June 7th. Jeff Bezos was the founder of space exploration firm Blue Origin. He said that he and his brother Mark are going to fly into space on his new Shepard rocket. And that's all going to happen on July 20th of this year. And it will be the company's first human flight. There's also a winner. Someone won a trip. I don't, this got past me. I wasn't paying attention. But at some point, he did some kind of contest or something. And a third individual won the contest, which was a trip to join him and his brother Mark on this flight to space. Now, about 3 days after this June 7th announcement, two petitions were launched. And the purpose of petitions again is to prevent him from re-entry to Earth. Now, so far, 23,000 people have signed the petition that's on change.org, and it's entitled "Do Not Allow Jeff Bezos to Return to Earth." And they're giving all kinds of reasons. That some are saying billionaires shouldn't exist on Earth or in space, and some are saying that they they just don't like Jeff Bezos, they don't like Bill Gates, they don't like Elon Musk, and they don't like any billionaire. So that sounds like just a personal problem that they have. And then others, of course, are saying that he's an evil overlord who's hell bent on global domination. But anyway, between both petitions, their goal is to get 25,000 signatures each. And again, they don't want him coming back to Earth. Now, Bezos reported this flight to be about 11 minutes. And he and his brother and this winner of the contest or auction will be seated on the New Shepard spacecraft. And they're going to be strapped in a dome-shaped capsule that sits on top of the rocket booster. And of course, they're saying that, once this rocket hits the Kármán line, that's that imaginary line or boundary that's about 60 miles up in space above the Earth's surface. Once it hits that Kármán line, The capsule is going to separate from the booster and then re-enter into Earth's atmosphere and float back down to Earth with the help of parachutes. And what's the purpose? Well, of course, he's a billionaire. So he's making a childhood dream come true. You know, everybody has childhood dreams, but if you dreamed of flying into space as a child, the likelihood of that happening is zero to none. But because he's a billionaire and he's able to, he has made this all happen for himself. And so he's going to take that flight to space and document it and everything. And hopefully, hopefully folks will let him back into planet Earth. That's all I got to say. Now, of course, that takes us to Cafe Talk, and I did put it out there earlier today to a couple of my social media spots. And so let me go ahead and just see what kind of response I have so far on this post. And again, you know, I just threw the question out there. Would you sign a petition to stop Jeff Bezos from returning to Earth once he takes his historic flight into space? And let's see, a couple people said something. I got one reply that says, I can think of someone he should take with him, but I won't mention any names, laugh out loud. So I guess that's a yes. One said yes, kind of, because they think that he's an exploitive human being who lacks morality. Wow. And so if she wasn't human herself, she said she would sign it, but because she's human, she wouldn't want to just leave somebody hanging out there floating around in space, right? And then, of course, a couple of I could care less and none of my business. So there you have it, everybody. That's the response. And I say the same thing. I don't, you know, on the one hand, I think Jeff Bezos is amazing because he created this empire where, you know, he's feeding people. People have jobs, they're taking care of families, you know, and even all kinds of business opportunities. Entrepreneurs have sprouted up all over the place. And so his impact economically has been tremendous. But on the other hand, the collateral damage that I guess happens in those kind of scenarios, I don't know, you know, where some folks are feeling like, you know, what he's doing is exploitive and so forth. But I wouldn't leave him out there hanging in space. You know, I definitely wouldn't send him to hell. I don't have a heaven or hell to send him to. But I think if he got left up in space, at least he'd be close to heaven, right? I'm just being silly. But anyway, no, I wouldn't do that. You know, let him come back to Earth. Let him come back to planet Earth. All right. So that's what I wanted to share. And then real quick, this is real short today. I just wanted to just remind any DuSableist out there, anybody who, particularly if you're from Chicago, and you support the efforts of the Black Heroes Matter Coalition in terms of trying to get the city of Chicago to really do something grand for the city's founder, Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable. Now, of course, we've heard people say, well, he has the school, DuSable High School. Well, guess what? That school, DuSable High School, does not exist anymore. There's two schools that sit within the building that once was DuSable High School, but technically the high school does not exist anymore. And then there's the DuSable Harbor. But again, you know, as we've pointed out over and over again, people very rarely call it DuSable Harbor. And then there's the bridge. We always hear, well, he has that bridge named after him, but once again, it's still referenced Michigan Avenue Bridge. You very rarely hear anyone refer to it as the DuSable Bridge. And then, of course, the bust that sits on the entrance of the bridge, which is just a statue of him from, from his bust area up. And so, the folks at the Blacks Heroes Matter Coalition adamantly believes he deserves a statue that's at least 25 feet. And also the full city holiday for Chicago City founder, as well as the renaming of Outer Lakeshore Drive to John Baptiste Point, DuSable Drive. And so um, we're going to, the coalition and all of its member organizations and supporters and so forth are going to be downtown in front of City Hall tomorrow, which is Wednesday, June 23rd, beginning at 9 a.m., just to rally and, encourage the vote for the renaming of Lakeshore Drive to DuSable Drive. Um, as you may recall, last month during the last full city council meeting, there were some parliamentary maneuverings and politics being played, and the vote got delayed. And so tomorrow, Wednesday, June 23rd, 9 a.m., get there when you can before noon, but preferably at around 9 a.m. on the Randolph Street side, where you can just be, with the Black Heroes Matter Coalition and everybody else who supports this initiative, just to just kind of rally, and then of course be there to celebrate once the vote happens. So make sure you do that. Now, last time we were on the air, I put out a Eventbrite link that you could go to register to be with us and win a prize, but there has been some issues with that Eventbrite link. So why don't you just um, come, just come on down and let the person at the table know that, or not, you don't have to. It's only if you want to get your prize, but just let them know that you're there in support so that you can be um, so that you can receive your gift or your prize for coming down. All right, all right, everybody. So that's all I wanted to say. And just we got one more week to practice our new word or our word for this month, which is Empyrean. Empyrean, which means relating to heaven or the sky. So make sure you get your practice in. Also, make sure that you check out the website at marilynscafesociety.com. Connect with me on my various social media links. And also remember the blog. We'll have the blog up by Thursday of this week. So be sure to check that out. All right. All right, all right, all right. In the mean and between time, make it a great week. Listen, I still have my iced tea. It is National Iced Tea Month, my green tea. I'm so glad it cooled off in our area. We were getting some real summer-like weather 2 weeks before summer officially started. And now that summer has officially started, it's back to spring again, temperature-wise. But I'm not complaining. I am not complaining. I'm just going to enjoy my iced tea and continue on with my day. And I thank you guys for checking in. And oh, my special guest for the show today, we had to reschedule, and we'll talk about it next week, but we had to reschedule. In the mean and between time, be sure that you join the show next Tuesday. There'll be one more before Tuesday, but next Tuesday, my guest that was set for today will be back on Tuesday. Gotta tell you what love is before we get out of here, too. Love is with attitude. Love is with attitude. All right. All right, everybody. Have a good rest of the day and week. We'll chat again a little bit later. Peace.